Today, we're going to be talking about what to do in the fourth quarter of 2025. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not whatever you did in the fourth quarter of 2024. I think for many years, we got away with kind of a rinse and repeat strategy of things that we had done. And that worked, by the way. I think that was very clever. I suggested to people that they do that they reuse emails and, maybe webinars or opt ins that they've done and just leverage them again to save time. And that really did work for several years. I think we could spiff them up a little bit, but that is just not working in 2025. And what I would highly suggest in 2025 is for you to just take a deep breath. Everybody, just like chill out. I said that to a 6-year-old the other day. I was just like, hey, I need you to chill out, man. I thought, I don't even know if the 6-year-old knows what that means, but we know what it means. Like, just, I need you to chill out just for a minute. Just like chill out, set everything down. You know that feeling when you just set everything down emotionally, physically, business-wise, house-wise, kids-wise, schools-wise, all of it. Just like set it down. Just be like, whew, I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. Let me just tell you, I have no idea what's going to happen for you in the fourth quarter of 2025, but I get to the end of it and you're doing just fine. And God loves you and you're a worthy human being and your kids still have fun at Christmas and somebody's still going to be disappointed because we're all humans and there are going to be amazing things and difficult things and you're doing just fine. So I just want you to get there. Just like calm your body down. And then I want you to just, without fear, recognize that the market has changed. The market has changed in the last 18 months. That's okay. The market always changes. It always changes. That's not a problem. You're an entrepreneur. If Coca-Cola can sell us soda for however many decades that they've been doing that, you can handle the market changing every 18 months. It's just completely fine. Listen to my voice. Do I sound worried about it? I'm not worried about it at all. But I do think we need to pay attention. I do think we need to pray. And then we're going to guess where the market is going. That's all we ever do, my friends. All we ever do is just make our best guess about what to sell in the next 3 to 6 months. For some of you products people, you're doing it 12 to 18 months in advance. We're just guessing. And that wouldn't feel so scary if you weren't petrified of guessing wrong. And I don't even think that's a real thing. I don't even think there is such a thing as guessing wrong. There's just, we played the game and we got some outcomes, we got some data, and we learned some things, and then we made better guesses. I don't personally use the phrase like guessed wrong or got it wrong or failed much. I'm just like, this is what we're going to try, and then we're going to try again. That's how I talk about it with my team. I don't expect any of them to know the answer. I don't go to anyone on my team and go, what do you think is going to be the winner? I don't expect them to know. We just guess. That's what we're all doing. Every single entrepreneur is just guessing. Now, we can make informed guesses. That's my preference. My preference is also to pray and let the Lord guide my decision making. He doesn't tell me everything, right? He's not like, it should be blue or green. I don't hear things like that. It's more broad strokes with him. But we should have some level of peace and conviction. And then we just go. But I think that I saw kind of two groups of moms this year. There were the moms that saw this or felt it and pivoted, and the moms that didn't. And I promise I'm not calling out any single person, because I know right now I've talked to both groups. So I don't want you to be like, she means me. I mean, lots of moms. Lots of moms I don't even know whose businesses I'm just watching from the outside. And I watch some group of them pivot and change, and some group of them try to do 2024's playbook again. And they made money. It's not like they, didn't make money and crashed and burned and closed, but probably not as much money as the moms who pivoted. So I'm telling you right now, the market has changed. It will continue to change. And, we kicked off the year talking about how AI is going to change things, and it has, slower than I anticipated, but it's coming. It really is. My husband just got off the phone with, he got to talk to like a higher up AI engineer at Google, and they were trying to sell our company some sort of like cool AI thing. And he talked to some junior person and was like, no, I want to talk to the senior coder guy because he knows enough coding that he really wanted to ask some high level questions. And they said yes, which is amazing. And what he was telling me was like just a little beyond what my brain could even comprehend. Like I understood the words that were coming out of his mouth, but I was like, it was pretty crazy. And it was new. And we're going to see all of that roll out in the next 2 years. Like it is a bus. You got to get on the bus and it is going fast. I realized this year, to me at least, felt a little slow. I watched ChatGPT though leaps and bounds grow over the year, where I like didn't really like the answers it was giving me at the beginning of the year, and then they made some updates, and now that thing has gotten so much more slick, where it's actually giving me answers that I like. So that's just going to keep getting better and better. For most of us, our clients are moms, and they're not necessarily tech savvy. You as a business owner mom are going to be more tech savvy than just like the average mom off the street. So they're probably going to be 1 to 2 years behind what we're doing, and that's okay. But they're going to figure this out too. And they're going to realize, oh, we are no longer in the information economy. So for a lot of us, we used to package up information in a way that was easier to understand. That's one of my superpowers, is to take something big and complex and to break it down so it's so easy to understand and give it to someone. And that no longer will be of value because the AIs will all be able to do that so easily and quickly on any topic. So the value that we're going to bring is we're going to bring real life stories, real examples, your own example, your client's examples, and I think community and accountability and living life together. Because the more that the AI solve information, the less you're even going to see people. So the more hungry we're going to be to see people and to do things. And I see this even in the products companies, like the Catholic products companies. They are creating more touch points with people outside of their products. Like, hey, let's all do this book study together. Hey, I made this mini course for you. Hey, I'm going to do this live workshop for moms. Like, I'm watching the products people get this and realize that the people who also want the products, but they're also just so starved for community. So AI will never replace the human touch on things. We know that. And that's why I'm not scared for my business. But what I'm doing is I'm leveraging AI to get the information in my head out faster and clearer. So that's saving me time because it used to take me a lot more time to do that. Then I'm using my extra time to create more human touch points for people, small groups, coaching, getting them together. We're really going to be working on that, like facilitating small groups among our communities, which is very challenging to do, by the way. Like if you've ever tried to create accountability groups, it's very difficult to get people to actually participate in an accountability group. And so you have to really slow down and use some high level thinking to solve that well. But it's worth solving. I'm telling you right now. People are so lonely. It's worth solving. The other thing that we've had a lot of success with this year are 6 and 8 week challenges where people are doing something together. So if that is not part of your business, I would really consider that. I would really consider, how can I create some hype and get a bunch of people to do something together in this amount of time? Can't be much longer than that. Even a 90-day challenge, in my opinion, is too long. It really drops off after 6 or 8 weeks. So how are you going to meet people where they're at without losing your mind, by the way? I mean, I can't call everybody who's interested in my work and talk to them on the phone every day. That would be unreasonable. So there is a good reason why we have group coaching or courses or these one-to-many touch points, but how can you make them feel more personal? And I just think there's a lot of creative ways that you could do that. I have seen across the board, almost everyone change their prices in the digital space, I will say, where I watched them take their offer and change it or just half the price. I saw a lot of companies straight up half their pricing without much explanation, by the way, either. Just being like, it's now half what it was. And I think previously I would have thought, oh no, you have to like come up with a reason or explain it. And we saw Stacey Bayman do this too, right? She had this big like unbundling is what she called it. She like unbundled it and changed it, but really she just more than halved the price of what it was. And listen, she's one of the ones that's going to make it and make money this year. because she wasn't afraid to do that. Repackaging things and saying, I'm just going to sell them this bite first, and then I'm going to sell them this bite next and this bite next. I saw a lot of that too. Just making the buying process a little bit broken up so people weren't necessarily having to process the price of something all at once. And the other thing I think we're fighting, and this is not people don't have money, the economy is in a recession. This is not about that. I do think that there's some amount of like digital buying fatigue where collectively we're just a little more over memberships, courses, coaching, and we signed up for a bunch of things and they may not have delivered what we wanted, or maybe we just didn't go through them ourselves. So we've broken self-trust and we're like, oh, I don't know that I want to do that again. And so just having to overcome that. So, I mean, if it were me, I would like to see a lot more people make 100% guaranteed offers. Like, I guarantee you're going to get this result or I'll give you your money back. And then that you follow through and you give them their money back if they don't get it. Now, I'd have some qualifications in there like, hey, you have to do this, 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 and this so that you did the work in order for me to give you your money back. But I just think some more safety in the buying process because so many people are either just like, don't trust themselves or don't trust the program. Your brain is going to tell you you're tired and you don't have time and you've created too many things or that you don't know what to do. And I'm just here to tell you that all of that is not true. You could create something amazing in a Saturday. And I would lean on AI for that too. I would tell AI, this is what I do. This is my target market. Give me like 100, I'm not joking, 100 ideas of something new I could create, something that I could put together in a weekend, something that would really be valuable for them. And you might not like 92 of them. 8 of them might be really great ideas. And you're so smart and you have so many good ideas and you're so talented. And I'm telling you right now, the AI cannot replace that. It can amplify what you do. It can clarify what you do. It can spit out a document or a tool or a workbook that reflects what you do, but it isn't you, right? So you couldn't go to AI and get AI to be Sterling and say, hey, before you start working, you need to make sure that you're calm and that you pray. It wouldn't do that unless you said, be Sterling. And then it could go to the internet and crawl all of my podcasts and it would probably say that. I haven't asked it yet. I should do that. And I am creating something for you that does do that, by the way. Like my brain in a giant document that you can feed into AI and then just say, please reference this document and coach me against it. And it's going to be amazing. And I think we'll see that from more and more creators that they'll take their, 5 to 10 years worth of knowledge and put it in the AI. So it has this huge database of coaching and content. And I have so many workbooks. It's ridiculous, you guys. And then say, hey, coach me like this person would coach me. So I really like that. When I ask it with no kind of filters, like if I were just to say, help me with my business, it gives some answers, but they are a little bit canned and general. I get much better answers when I say, pretend you're Donald Miller from Story Brand and coach me on my sales copy. What would he say? And then that answer is usually much better. So the market has changed. That's not scary. It does not take that much work to tweak things, to repackage things, to do it in a slightly different way, to create more tools to go with the thing that you already have. And, you might need to change your pricing. And that usually just requires coaching yourself and telling your body that it's safe to do that. Isn't that crazy? You don't need anyone's permission. Your body just thinks it's going to be unsafe to do that. So I'd just be so curious why. I'd be like, oh, body, why? Why are you scared about that? And I'm not saying everybody should do that. I mean, for everything that I recommend, there's somebody that I know that didn't do that and still made money. There are no rules. There are no formulas. But I will just say that my general feeling of businesses here are the people that were paying attention to the marketplace, talking to their clients, and pivoted in some way were the ones that made money. We are going to end the year probably 2x what we did last year. That's crazy. It has not felt like that, which is kind of funny, by the way. My brain emotionally feels like, it was a year. Emotionally, it felt like a really kind of like up and down rocky year. But when I look at the numbers, I'm like, oh, I think we're going to 2x the revenue that we did. and I think our margins are pretty close to the same. They might be a little bit smaller than last year, but we also dove into physical products a little bit this year as a support to our digital products. We are not becoming a physical products company. It was more of just like, here's some things that will supplement what we're doing in our memberships and coaching programs. So don't be afraid to be flexible. Don't be afraid to talk to your clients and say, where are you at? What do you need right now? Sometimes our best ideas come from our clients, but it requires the humility to talk to them and to acknowledge you don't know everything. And people love to talk. People want their ideas to be known. So it's, if you have any clients, just go ask them. The last thing I want to say is pay attention to where you're at. What do you want right now? What do you need right now? What do you like to buy? That is a pretty good indication probably of what your clients are going through. And I think we just forget that. We think like, oh, I'm going through this thing right now, but that's just me and that's not them. But I don't think that's true. At least for me. I mean, my target market really is me, some version of me. And so when I'm feeling kind of over things, or when I'm feeling like overwhelmed with kid stuff, or when I'm feeling like summer checked out and I want to just hang out, it's probably true that my clients are in that place too. And that I feel these seasons of change in me too, where I'm ready to like double down, do a challenge, lose some weight, start walking more. Like I have those seasons too. And it's very likely that that's going to match what my client is going through as well. So I want you to just take a deep breath and go, what would I like for the last 3 months of the year? Where's my heart calling out for? What am I longing for? And then can you create that and hold the hands of your clients in that space? And I'm just going to say it all the time, but I want you to stay calm, do business from peace and not from fear and not from anxiety, and talk to the Lord, and just pay attention. If when you're talking to the Lord, you're anxious and fearful, like you gotta calm your body down to be able to hear him clearly. I mean, I talk to him upset all the time, but I don't ask him for wisdom until my body is calm. So I'll just I call it swirling around. I kind of swirl around with him for a little while, like, and then this, and I'm upset about this, blah, 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 blah. But then I can feel my body really calm down until I get to the place where I really feel safe and I really feel loved. And then I'm like, all right, Lord, what are we doing? Let's go. So keep your eyes and ears open. My magical business diagnostic tool, which will work with my business planner, I'm making them to go together, will be out soon. But in the meantime, trust yourself. The Holy Spirit lives inside of you. When you are calm, you have amazing wisdom. Trust it, write it down, and then just reference it often when you need to. So I want you just to ask yourself, like, what does your gut say that you should be doing in the fourth quarter of 2025? And then go do that. All right, my friends, I'm praying for you. Please pray for me. Thank you so much for listening and have a blessed day.